Bumps and bruises, scratches and scrapes, some of the ingredients that a good life makes. But sorrows become success. And as we aim for the top, we will pause if we must, but we will never stop. Welcome to Simso Sessions. Hello there and welcome to Simso Sessions. This is the safe space to share your stories. Tonight I'm so excited. I'm filled with hope and honestly I'm in awe of my guests. In honor of Child Month, I've invited two of the most impressive people, I'm not even saying children, people I have ever met and had the pleasure to talk to. Young people with old souls and wisdom belying their age and their experience. Students in real life, that's their job, but students of life. Ngozi Wright and Ackeef Nugent are joining me this evening in the big chair. I'm only too excited to start talking to them. And we're starting with Ngozi. Hi there. You look so lovely.
Thank you. You too.
Are you excited? Oh, thank you. Oh. Are you excited to be here?
Very much.
You've watched the show before?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think? Give me your honest opinion.
It's very nice, seeing the different topics whenever the show comes on, and I watch it and it's just very exciting to see what new you have to present. So it's always a joy to see you.
It is a joy to have you here with me.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about Ngozi. You came to our attention as probably the first young person to address Parliament. You went there and you were speaking about the rights of the child and issues you thought were affecting children that we weren't paying attention to. Why are these matters important to you, and why did you think your voice needed to be heard?
So these matters are very important because growing up, I'm still growing.
Yes.
But seeing TV on the news every day, it's just very sad, to see the different things that are happening to all the children. Children are being abused emotionally, sexually, verbally, and it's a very serious topic, and our voices just needed to be heard. They need to be heard still because we need to, in order to have something to be good, we have to have conversations.
That's right.
We have to listen to each other, communication is key. So I think that our voices just really needed to be heard because if we want to see a change, we have to work towards the change. You have to be the change. So that's why I think that it was very important for our voices to be heard.
And so were you nervous going into a room filled with politicians and all these really super important people? Or were you like, I'm important too, so it's just many important people in a room? How was that?
Well, for me, when I was younger, I guess...
I cannot.
Younger?
Yes.
I didn't really feel that nervous, but now, I have more understanding. And sometimes when I have to go out, I still get a little nervous and I'm like, oh, but when I was younger, it's like I didn't nothing else mattered, just that I was going to go and do something important. But when talking, I was very nervous because I didn't want to mess up my words, I needed to speak upfully.
Yes.
So I guess it wasn't really that bad, but...
nerves are normal, right?
Yeah.
It's also okay to make a mistake. And that's the only thing in life that's for certain. Just when you make them, you learn from them and you keep moving, okay? Remember, Auntie told you that none of us are perfect. tell me, you speak so well and you speak out about a lot of things because you say your parents exposed you early.
Yeah.
They didn't want to hide certain things from you.
Yeah.
Tell me about that relationship that you have with mommy and daddy.
So my relationship with mommy and daddy, I would say, is something very special. You know, the first teachers that you have is your parents, and my parents, I would say, are teaching me well, taught me well, because they knew that at some point in time I would have to know these things. You know, they taught me good touch and bad touch, and that's like something that children know. You have to know, you know, you have to know the dangers of social media and stuff, because no matter when, even if your parents don't teach you, you are going to learn it somewhere, whether you go to school. Because even I myself, I find myself learning things that from other students, you know, and I feel like school will expose you. So I think the better thing to do would be for your parents to teach it to you first in like a nice manner.
Yes.
So when you go to other places, it's not like you're figuring out something that, and it's like not in a nice put together way.
Right.
Yeah.
Not appropriate.
Yeah.
For young children. You're also half of a twin.
Yeah.
Your brother. What has that been like growing up? You say now you're, and we're going to talk about it more on the other side, but you say now, you know, you're, and Ngozi says she's in a period of reflection in her life. We're not laughing because we all have to be, but she's just such an old soul, and you're trying to work on being a better person.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with your brother and how you relate to him. Tell me a little bit about what you mean by that.
What I mean is that, you know, every sibling has their little struggle, their little fights over something simple sometimes. But as I said, you know, I've been reading the Bible and reading upon the verses, and I've been looking into myself, and I'm like, you know, you can't be doing these things, you know, you can't be arguing over simple things. If even like you have a problem with your brother, you need to be the bigger person, because this that I'm doing now, it will help me in the future in life, you know. Because as I said, you know, how I'm thinking right now is that at the end of the day, like, it doesn't matter if you're doing the right thing, because even at school or when I was in primary school, you know, if I was doing something and even try to like talk about God and stuff, people would look at me like, this girl, she's so uptown and pick me and all of these things. But it's like at the end of the day, you know, there are two places that you can go to. It's either heaven or, you know, down there. And you need to think about where do you want to go? I'm not going down there. So I think it's very important for me to be doing this now. So with my brother, I have to like be the bigger person. I also want to have conversations with him and my family, because from what I've been reading and what I've been hearing, like when you go to heaven, like you won't really remember any of your family members. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I actually started crying, because I'm like, can you imagine? This is all you know, all your family, and then one day it's just like they didn't even exist to you.
Wow.
So
I didn't know. Is that what the Bible says? And goes this
I'm not sure, but that's what I heard.
We have a lot of time to figure it out. We're going to take a break and come back with Ngozi. She's now in high school. When we met her, she was at Jesse Rippall. She's now in high school. We're going to talk about the adjustment there and some key takeaways she has for us as parents and guardians when we come back. So we soon come. Back with Ngozi Wright. She's I guess you could say she's a youth advocate, child advocate. Also a dub poet, right? Because you write poetry about things that are important to you and things that you think you should be advocating about. When we met you, you were at Jesse Rippall Primary. Now you are at high school.
Yes.
Been a little bit of a adjustment for you. What's different about high school for you?
So high school, you know, it's a completely new environment. All my friends that I've had, all the teachers, all the getting used to primary school that I've had to do. Like, it's all different now because it's all gone, you know?
Yeah.
You have to move on to high school. And, like, going there, it's like starting all over again, you know, making new friends, like getting used to the work that's there and everything. So, like, it's just kind of
Funky.
funky.
You're in second form now. Second?
First.
First.
Yeah.
And you're still, you say, where are we now? Second term? Where are we now? First term? You're still trying to find your footing.
Yeah.
Still trying to make new friends.
Mm-hmm.
Miss your old friends from Jesse.
Yes, very much.
And then you are observing a lot of the groups that exist. And even when we were talking before the break, you say, you know, parents really need to be talking to their children because you say a lot of the things that you're learning about things that you're not supposed to be learning about, you are getting from people at school, sending you stuff and so on. You think our children are way too exposed.
Way too exposed. Because even this sticker trend now, when you have the WhatsApp stickers, like, I believe, like, these things, I don't think children are supposed to be seeing, especially children my age. And, you know, younger children now, they also have WhatsApp, you know, mostly to communicate with their parents. But I had WhatsApp to communicate with my friends, you know. I was in school groups to get the homework and thing. But these school groups are like a completely different thing now. Because I've been added to quite a few and I've had to leave almost every single one of them, like the moment that I was added. Because these things are getting very serious now. The topics that these children are talking about, it's not about homework at all. It's a different type of work.
No, you tell me.
Yes.
Erin? Okay, so what do we need to know as parents about what's happening with our children? How do we need to prepare them for these kind of situations so that they make the right choices?
Yeah, so as I said, my parents talk to me and things. So my parents talk to me and as I said, they've exposed me so I know right from wrong. I think the parents need to talk to their children and let them know, like, this is wrong and this is right. And you need to know to do the right, you know. And I think they need to tell them about all the things that they might just be experiencing or learning about in school before other children get to them first.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And also you think, you know, you wish you had known more about what high school would have been like. You said you don't think you were well prepared. So seek information, ask parents, tell your kids what's going to be different, if you can find a way to familiarize them so it doesn't feel like such a big step from primary or prep to high school. Talking about high school now, but at some point down the road, Ngozi wants to be Jamaica's... What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be the first female Governor General of Jamaica.
And why?
So I've always wanted to, like, just do better for my country, for my people, you know, for my family. Because as I said, you know, about seeing the news and everything and seeing the poverty that Jamaica is in right now, all these struggles, because as we're talking, there might just be someone at home, a child, even younger than me, that their parents can't afford for them to go to school, afford for them to even eat a meal, a breakfast. Some of them probably haven't eaten from last month. And I think that, as I said, to see a change, you have to be the change. So when I grow up, you know, when I get older, I would love to be the first female Governor General of Jamaica because I really want to do better for my people. I want to see my people, you know, glowing and growing together as one.
Tell me what it is that you want to say to adults about how we are doing by our children, whether we're failing you guys or we're doing right by you. We spoke a little bit about politicians, and you had a little bit to say about that too, about how you see them relating and what you thought about that and the example that they ought to be setting. Like, as grown people, what do we need to do right and better by our children?
So it takes a village to raise a child, you know. We all need to work together as one, as I said. We need to listen to each other's opinions because as I said, communication is key. So we need to hear out each other's ideas, because with just one person's ideas and then another person's idea, then one person wants this, another wants this, and we're not listening to each other. So that's why it's going to make like a little bit of a rocky road, you know. We're not going to get the change that we want to see if we don't listen to each other. And I think that's one thing now, the adults, because even as children, you know, you can still learn a lot from children as well, because you're not the only one who has ideas, you know.
That's right.
Children are big imaginators, you know. We can imagine things, even if we can't really do much right now to do anything, you know. You as adults, you can still listen to the children, because we have a lot to say, and
right.
what we have to say really matters, and it's just as important as your opinions and ideas.
Excellent. Wow. Okay. Ngozi has spoken. I'm going to give her a chance to rest while some people who love her speak to her. So, look at that monitor for me, my lovely. Roll tape, my producer. Thank you.
Ngozi, it has been my pleasure meeting you, getting to know you, and working with you. You are so beautiful, you are brilliant, and your kindness and imagination knows no bounds. Your joy, your curiosity and resilience, not to mention your humility, are things one ought to want to emulate. You are a shining example of what makes Child's Month so meaningful. Keep dreaming big, keep being you, and always know that you're valued, celebrated, and deeply loved.
Ngozi, you have been my cousin from a long time ago. Remember, I love you. Remember this one thing. God sees, for God is Ishmael, the God who sees. So whatever trouble or whatever you want to say to somebody and you have no one, just remember, God is a God who hears, the God who sees, the God who heals, the God who remembers, and the God who loves. So just remember this. If you're troubled in heart, God is always with you. Now remember, I love you, your father love you, your brother love you, your auntie love you, your mother love you, all of your family loves you. Remember, God is the ultimate source of peace in your life.
Hey Ngozi, it's hard to believe that we're in high school after being classmates for so long. I miss you. All the jokes, all the talks, all the fun. I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of your achievements, previous and those to come. I appreciate you as my friend. Your kindness, talent, and intelligence is everything. I continue to cheer for you. I'm looking forward to our moving in. I love you.
You have been a torch in our darkness. You've showed us the light. You've moved us on from place to place. You've helped me to grow and show my color, as I was shy to even go on stage. Ngozi, thank you for being here with my father, me, and my mother, and family and friends.
God bless you tremendously. I must say, congratulations to all that you have done. I really appreciate you around me from day one and now at day Wally. Give God thanks and praises that you're still here with us and you're still going to continue to shine your light and spread all the glory. Give God thanks.
Princess Melody Ngozi Music Wright. Your name is Wright, so just continue to do the right, continue to shine your light so bright, and to watch you grow is a pleasure and a delight. Ngozi, continue to do your best, and the Most High will do the rest. Just continue to stay positive, stay blessed. I wish you continued success and continued happiness. As you know, I really, really love you, my daughter, Wadada. You know, love forevermore, just like I love all my children. It's a pleasure to see you grow, to see you strive, you know, and we're going to always be there with you. Love you, stay blessed, Ngozi.
How do you feel?
That was very amazing. I haven't talked to Trinicia like face to face in so long. So nice to hear her voice again.
Yeah. What do you want to say to other kids watching you now who having problems adjusting to high school, not quite sure who they are, under peer pressure, having a problem making right from wrong? Before we go to break, what do you want to tell them?
So all I want to say is that, God is the one person in your life that you can really talk to. And just give all your troubles to God, He will make them all disappear and go away. Eventually, you will get used to high school. For the children just coming into primary school, you will get used to it. It's just a part of that change that you just have to make in life. But just give your troubles to God, He will take it away. Just remember to always pray. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. You are a delight.
Oh, thank
It was an
you.
honor to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, my goodness. All right. She's going to come back for the end of the show. But we're going to take a break. We'll come back. I'm going to introduce you to a young man who I'm not asking you. He's been here before. At least 2 times him live already. Because what? You're going to meet Ackeef Nugent on the other side of this break. Soon come. We're back with you on Simsode, everybody, and it's Child Month. So we're focusing tonight on 2 amazing young people. Ackeef Nugent is this gentleman's name. I'm using the word deliberately because, trust me, welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Ackeef runs an institution, an educational institution. So when you were 8,
Yeah.
there was a situation in your community that caused the kids not to be able to go outside.
Right.
There's also a situation where you realized children were getting homework and carrying it home to parents who could not help them
Right.
because they themselves didn't finish school.
Yes.
And you looked into both situations and said, I have a solution. So at 8 years old, you did what?
Start in school.
At 8 years old, while in school, you
Yes.
started a school.
Yes.
How did that come to be even something that an 8-year-old is thinking about?
Before, that I've started, the walls, the teddy bears and everything was my students first. So from before then, I had a dream. That was my occupation from a longer time. Yes.
You wanted to teach.
Yes.
And so when you had this idea now and you suggested it, you say people laughed at you?
Well, yeah, them said that little boy here, some. That little boy here, where I'm thinking about going to do at a little age, where I'm thinking about going to go and go sit down. So that was some of the persons.
But your family
Yes.
supported you.
Yes.
And so you set about building this thing, realizing that it's really something in your DNA because your great-grandma had done something like this in the community
Yes.
before. So did you see her do this? You couldn't have seen her do it
No,
because you weren't around
I
at the
wasn't
time.
born.
Did you know that she had done this in the community?
Yes, well, when, the program started, persons told me that, my great-grandmother is this type of person and so forth. So they let me know, they gave me history of her and all of that.
So 7 years later, Ackeef, at 15, you have now found a space
Yes.
and you have over 40 students.
Right.
You now have help running the school because it's not easy to do because you're in high school.
Yes.
So how this work? Tell me how it work.
Well, my grandmother, my family members don't play about my education. And I said to myself, me cannot teach people picnic and not do my work. So I have in the mornings, when I go to school, my school ends at 2 o'clock. So as 2 o'clock come, the first taxi I keep in it. Yes, so, I reach home by the latest 3 o'clock, get a 45 minutes time by myself, to take a little fresh air, just use my phone or anything like that, shower, all of that, and then, bloops, I'm by the school.
For
waiting
4?
on the students.
Because you teach 4 to 6?
Yes.
Ackeef, you're not tired?
Well, sometimes I do get tired, I do get weary, but I always say if I fail to prepare, I must prepare to fail. Because, you know, this is something that I've started. Now, if I'm not prepared for it, then when I'm going to fail. So, you know, I have to create a schedule, a boundary, you know, yeah.
You say sometimes when you get really weary, you sit and you talk with God and you
Yes,
say,
I do.
What do those conversations look like?
Well, you know, I always have some alone time. The students always ask me sometimes if I'm going crazy. Because sometimes they would see me and say, God, they must say, who am I talk to? Yeah, so, yeah, sometimes I'm there just talking to God and telling him that, you know, he had helped, he, you know, put it in me to start something. So if he started it, because I don't really me do it for myself or him.
Right.
If he started it, him can't left me in the wilderness like that. So yeah, I talk to him, you know, ask him for strength, for guidance in every way.
How are you such an old soul? Is that because mommy and grandma raised you? What?
Well,
You love old music?
yes, I love old music.
What is that about?
I just don't know. There's just, I don't know. I just like old school things. I don't know why.
Can you relate to other young people your age, or do they say you're going like an old man?
Well, sometimes. But overall, I'm say, Ackeef, you not bother coming at this because you come like a day a long time.
And then you're so dramatic.
Yes.
But that's largely because that's your
Right.
second goal in life.
Yes.
Outside of teaching, you're at Excelsior now.
Yes.
And drama is a big part of what you do. As a matter of fact, your school, which you now have to fund, right? One of your fundraising efforts was putting on a production that
Yes,
you
Tenement
wrote.
Yard.
You wrote yourself.
Yes.
And staged yourself. But the community really bought into it.
Yes, they
So the same people who were asking you what you was doing when you was
and
8.
them same one they there.
And what they call you now? What they,
Quarter man. Liquor man. Yeah, so quarter man, liquor man, smart boss, sharp boss. So everybody have their own name to give me.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to talk about where you really see this going on the other side of this break, and a little bit about, you know, just how you build the strength to keep so much. I mean, there are big people who do have 2 and 3 works, and here you are. So let's take a break and get some more nuggets from this young old man in a little bit. Soon come. We're back with Principal Ackeef Nugent on the show. I was so inspired talking to Ackeef that I decided that we are going to go into his school and help him to kind of fix up some things, because it costs you every month to do it.
Yes.
And it's not easy to do it. And we honor what you're doing, and so I'm looking forward to doing that with you. As far as now girding yourself and undergirding yourself for the rest of your journey, you've been going to church all your life, but you got baptized in May of last year.
Yes.
Work has not been easy, eh?
Not at all.
What's difficult about it? What have the challenges been?
You know, as a young person, being a Christian, going to God in this time, you know, let's say, your surrounding itself can be a distraction. You know, the music, the conversations, the hot topics, you know, those can be a distraction.
And you say when you were going to church, because you couldn't try miss church.
Couldn't try miss church.
Them time they used to get up excited to go.
Yes.
Now that you're a Christian,
Now
it's
that
like,
I'm a Christian, it come like sometime I not even want to get up for God's church. Yeah. And that is what I question about life sometimes. Why when I wasn't a Christian, I'm excited so much I'll be the first person to reach. But while being a Christian, so you just feel sometimes not even for God's church. Not even to get up to, you know? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what you say, what it's shown is that the devil is a worthy adversary.
Yes.
But once your mind is
right.
focused, so how do you keep your mind focused amidst all of that? Because that's hard.
Right.
How you do that?
I always say connect positivity, leave negativity. So even when sometimes I feel like I don't want to go, I have to get up, I have to say, mine, I don't know who you talk to or where you try to do, because, it's not me alone. Many persons say you have two-person, playing with your mind. One I say, Ackeef, go on a church. This one, Ackeef, take some rest, man. Sleep. You're not have to go to church. But, I always differentiate between the two. Me I go to church, all when I don't feel like to go, I must go because I him alone forget the glory. Because, what he has done for me, nobody else, the human being can do that.
As a young man at 15, I hear so many young people and I talk to so many young people.
Yes.
There's a chat line I volunteer on and young people are going through it.
Yes.
But you say at 15, you don't know, apart from being able to spell it, you don't know what depression or anxiety
I don't
feel
know.
like.
I
you
don't
thank
know.
God every day.
Yes, I thank God. Maybe God spent extra time for me. I don't know. But, I've never felt that. And I thank God that I don't want that day to come.
Yeah.
I never felt it.
Is that largely because you say, you find that the things that you think about are the things that you attract, so you don't bother think about?
Right. So, and this is what I tell people every day. You see, if you linger on negativity, it will go and linger with you. I will never allow negativity to linger with me or stay with me. Me I run at the same time.
So how are you dealing with your newfound fame? And well, it's not really newfound because when the story of your school broke, you were 8.
Right.
But steadily, you're coming into people's consciousness for,
Yes.
being this very well-rounded, very determined young man, which has drawn attention to you.
Yes.
How has that been for you?
It has been, going out in the street, seeing that people really look up to me. I have to, be humble at all times, Follow the scripture that says, he that exalted himself shall be abased, and he that humble himself shall be exalted. And of such, I go by that scripture, continue to be humble, continue to be steadfast, keeping up the good work, because there are many persons out there that look up to me, and, I am the role model for many. So, keep doing good things, keeping on the right path, allowing persons to follow.
Yeah. Yes. You heard Ngozi talk earlier.
Yes.
She's amazing.
Of course.
She's amazing. She gave a word to the young people. A lot of us seem to be more worried about our young boys than we are about our young girls. But generally, you say you want your legacy to be one of mentorship, and a lot of people look up to you. What say you to young people who are watching you now in awe, who are struggling, who wish they were as confident as you, who wish they were as grounded as you, who wish they'd never known what depression or anxiety feels like? What would you say to them?
I want to say to them that they are, even though it seems like they don't have anybody, they do have somebody. And I want to tell them, trust in God. Keep on the firing line. You must fight, be brave against all evil. I just want to tell them, continue to believe in God, continue to talk to him if you have any issue. Him alone can help you. Sometimes, we turn to our very own, but sometimes our very own is going through worse than we. And, they still put on a smile, they still, listen to us. But there is somebody that can, there's somebody that can fix it. He's a fixer. He is a fixer for everything, every situation. And I just want to say, he is God Almighty. God will put whip on the earth, and him alone, if you trust him.
Heard you.
Talk to him.
Copy that, sir. All right. One for Ngozi, only if you're the one for Ackeef. Ackeef, good vibes time. Run it, Lord.
Hi Ackeef, I am proud to have you as a big cousin, and I look up to you as a role model and love you. Big up. Hi, Ackeef. I am so proud of you, right? I just wanted to know that, you are a blessed child, a gifted child, a righteous child. Live your life in abundance with the word of God. Let God be the center of your life. And whatever you do, do it with all your might. You are a light set upon a hill, and a light that is placed upon a hill is not meant to be dim. So shine your light. Let your light so shine among men. I believe in you. Trust God, because as long as you have God, Ackeef, you have the majority, and I am so proud of you.
We love you. We all love you, Ackeef Nugent. Everyone loves you in your community and even out of your community. Whenever you say you're going for a competition, you always come home back with something. Ackeef, we love that about you. You always come home with either a first prize, a second prize, or a third prize. And the next thing about you, Ackeef Nugent, I love the way how you love God. You worship anywhere, you pray anywhere, and you pray aloud. You do not care for a child, you do not care what no one wants to say. Ackeef Nugent, keep up the good work. You are awesome, and you are out for big things, and you're out for great things. Ackeef Nugent, we love you.
Hey, Ackeef, my little man. Little man, I just want you to know that I am extremely proud of what you're doing. Continue to do what you're doing best, and I will be your #1 cheerleader. I will not leave your side. I will stand by you until the end. Be that bright spark, young man you are, and continue to inspire young people like yourself to become better men and women of tomorrow. I am extremely proud, and I am one happy grandmother to know that I have a grandson that is contributing to the society. I'm really proud. I love you, little man. Continue to be a shining star. We love you, coming from all of us to you. We love you, little man.
You hear, little man?
Yes.
You ain't no little man, you are a big powerhouse. I don't know if you feel like, do you feel like there are huge things in store for you?
Yes, I do.
You do.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to have your school?
Yes.
You want to be an actor?
Yes.
Is there anything else that's on the bucket list?
Yes, I do. I want to also, maybe be a councillor or a member of parliament.
Okay.
Yes. Because I love doing community works. Yes.
Changing lives. Yeah, I can tell. Wow, they are amazing. And we're going to wrap the show with them after this. Soon come. Thank you, Ackeef. We'll be right back, everybody. What was it like being here?
It was so nice, very exciting, good talk, I'm going to leave here with a lot of motivation to keep pushing. And thank you for having me.
Oh, it was my honor. Ackeef, how was it for you, my friend?
It was great, It was great. This is a space where you get the chance to, say what's on your mind, talk. This is a safe space. I was very happy to be on this program, and it was a very great experience.
I love them. I love them. Thank you, guys. Come give Auntie a hug. Love you guys. God bless you, both. Folks, we're back and we are leading the show with these two young folks. They pretty much said what's on their minds. I've asked them to give words of advice to young people watching, and Ngozi spoke to the parents as well. Ackeef, what do you have to say to the parents and the guardians and the teachers about how they relate, speak to, speak into, do not speak to our children?
Well, I want to say to them that, children, their personalities, their attitude comes in many different forms. And so of such, before, just understand them. First, before you do anything else, understand them. See what they are about. See, their personality. Understand them. And then you can work with them, talk to them about issues. Don't hide certain things from them, because at the end of the day, as my fellow friend over here says, when they go to high school, them are overall in the world, anywhere them go, them are going to know about it. And so of such, it can be worse. The way in which it is said to them, it can affect them. So what I would say, parents, sit, have a one-on-one with your child, speak to them about things, because anyway you take it, them still are going to know.
Find out.
Yeah, so better you tell them, in the simplest form that they can understand, that when them hear it now and persons try to twist their brain or twist it in a different way, nobody can take them fool, because they already know, So I will tell them to, sit, have conversation, pray over your children, pray with them, in everything, pray, ask God to guide them and keep them.
And Ngozi, you and I also spoke about children needing to realize the importance of their parents and to be grateful for their parents, because you say some of the conversations you've heard make you wonder why, young people aren't getting along or dislike their parents so much because of some of the things you hear come out of their mouths. I'm giving you the final word. What do you say to them about that?
So I would say to the children, you guys really need to think about what you're saying before you say it, because, words are very powerful. Sometimes words can be curses. Like if you say something negative, who knows, you could be putting a curse on your mother or on your father, by saying all these things. Because I've heard the craziest and the wildest things that I wouldn't even think to say about my parents or to my parents. And some of these children are saying it to their faces. And they don't know that, the struggles that their parents may have gone through to raise them, to get them where they are today, buy them the most expensive boots, expensive shoes, get them fast food, everything, the trend were hot at the time, and they're out here saying these things. They don't know if their parents may have a tomorrow. They don't know if they may have a tomorrow. So it's always important for you to show your love to your loved ones, your family members, parents, your guardians, anyone around you. You need to show your love. And you need to stop the trend of saying all these bad and negativity, because negativity is not a trend. It's just a little thing that the devil might whisper in your ears. And it's up to you to not listen.
Right.
Yes.
Got it. Communication is what I hear from both of them. Parents, talk to your children, value their opinions, speak to them the right way. Children, love your parents, honor your parents, respect your parents. And the Bible says the rest will be as it ought to be.
Yes.
Beloved, thanks you so much to the two of you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you too.
Refreshing, just soul-filling, inspirational. The little ones can really lead us, They know so much. And we can learn so much from them, but we have to do as they ask and listen. So thank you, Ngozi.
Thank you for having me.
All the best to the both of you.
Let's
do the show with our affirmation, everybody, and then get out of here for tonight. Little people, many with old souls, big dreams and lofty goals. Dreams we can build or break with one word. Dreams we destroy when we tell them they should be seen and not heard. Listen to how much we lose when we don't listen to them. And take heed of what they're saying. Entertain and interrogate them, because their wisdom and knowledge belie their age. We can learn so much from them, even at this stage. Our children, need our love, our support, and our care, they need to know that we are and we will always be there. That we trust their voices and they can too, and that we cannot wait to see what they will become and the great things that they will do. So tonight we are affirming the little voices can help us make big, life-changing decisions. And that is our soul food for this evening and our show as well. Thank you for watching. We're back next week with another story of the power of the human spirit. Until then, every blessing, and please remember to count your blessings. Good night, everybody.